Barack Obama should have never ran this country. Barack Obama should have never, ever been the president of the United States.
You know, liberals are funny. They're constantly...
And before we go on hiatus, we only have one more show after this. I'm allowed to say that, right?
Too late now.
So once again, I have to explain to people why I support Donald Trump, as they say, as an African American. Well, let's get this straight. I'm not an African American. I was born in this country. I bled in this country. I grew up in this country. I'm a citizen of this country, so therefore I am an American who happens to be black, who happens to be a conservative.
Yes, just in, Joy Behar accidentally omitted the view only has one more show left before hiatus. Is the view finally been cancelled? That is a question a lot of people are asking on social media. Please tell me if this is true. The other segment today, Joy Behar proclaimed the monster Donald Trump will be taken down by Fox News. She also announced, apparently by accident, that The View will be going on a hiatus for a bit. We only have one more show after this. And this has triggered a lot of people to ask, it is over. Before we go into this, there is an interesting video this man put out in reply to what has been going on lately. Obama, now this.
So once again, I have to explain to people why I support Donald Trump, as they say, as an African American. Well, let's get this straight. I'm not an African American. I was born in this country. I bled in this country. I grew up in this country. I'm a citizen of this country, so therefore I am an American who happens to be black, who happens to be a conservative. I support Donald Trump for the right reason. First of all, he calls bullshit when he calls bullshit. And he says the word bullshit. He says the word son of a... That tells me how real he is, because he's not playing the game for everybody else. The man will swear right in front of the press corps. I like that. I like that, because he's not trying to tell you sweet nothings so he can stay in power or get your vote. He's the man that tells you if you like him, and if you don't, you don't, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. I like Donald Trump because he has great ideas. I like Donald Trump because he's not a professional politician. I like Donald Trump because he has business experience. Barack Obama should have never ran this country. Barack Obama should have never, ever been the president of the United States. He was voted in because everybody wanted to make everybody feel good and they wanted to be part of history. But he wasn't just the first black president. He was the first worst black president in our history. So I like Donald Trump because
it is amazing to see how people are reacting to Obama. If someone told me that in 2025 this will be happening, I would say it's a lie. Any person is standing there saying exactly what is going on. It's like people were blind before. Now they see through the spectrum. Especially black people. Before, if you stand up, talk against Obama, the kind of backlash you will receive on social media is like you should abandon everything and run. But now people are bold enough to say what they want when it concerns him because they realize they are waking up. And it is important that this is happening. This might actually pinpoint a lot of things that the black community are not saying.
So I like Donald Trump because he's just a simple man, happens to be a billionaire, happens to run a big corporation. That's what you need in this country to be successful. People who know how to run a corporation. Your color should never, ever put you into the seat of the most powerful country in the world. You need to have a resume, and your color should not be that resume. And that's how Barack Obama got into office. And I'm going to say something for you Democrats. You weren't the only ones that put him in office. White Republicans put him in office too because they wanted to be part of history. I call bullshit on that. He had no qualifications. He was barely a senator. He was a community organizer before becoming a senator. You tell me where in his resume does that qualify him as being the president of the United States? That's the contrast between Donald Trump and Barack Obama. And when Donald Trump was in office, he had a successful economy. Barack Obama did not. For 8 years, his economy was not successful. It was successful in changing the country. It was successful in bringing about contention between the races in this country. If you want to call that success, I give him A+. But he should have never been the president of this country. So when it comes to supporting Donald Trump, I support him with reasons. Reasons that are based on the man's history. And speaking of his history, he's never had that history where he was considered to be until he became the president of the United States. And Hillary Clinton started telling you people what to believe. And that's the problem with this country right now. You people allow Hillary Clinton and others to tell you Donald Trump is one of the worst presidents in our history. Well, in fact, he's one of the best presidents in our history, even for you. Yes, I'm not crazy about the new bill, the big, beautiful bill. Not everything, but there's enough in it where I can support the bill. Maybe down the road, that bill will get amended. But right now, you Democrats, those of you that work in the service industry, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime, you should be thankful. Because when you start to cut your nose off in spite of your face to go against your own greater good, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Because nowhere in the bill it says this is only for Republicans. So if you want to know why I support Donald Trump, there you go. Don't ask me that question again. I'm not an African American. I am a black man who happens to be a conservative in the greatest state on God's green earth. TikTok America, have a great day.
I believe you watched to this end. This video is around 8 minutes. I'm going to play to that end. Before we proceed, if you look at what this man said here, nothing but the truth. He did research. He's not that kind of person that just supports someone blindly. He understands, he knows the difference between these two people. If you take a look at what is going on now, I want to draw your attention way back to during the campaign. Obama made a comment about black people, how their numbers are not up. You know, the kind of backlash the man received, I was shocked. That was when I knew that, oh, when this man speaks, people can't even listen any longer. Now, look at this.
Obama still lives rent-free in his head. I think Michelle Obama still lives rent-free in his head. I think the fact that Malia graduated from Harvard still lives rent-free in his head. And it's just the very swag that Obama has that he will never have. In fact, there is a viral clip going on right now. Check this out. Yes, you see, he will never
Never be
cool. Have swag. He will never be cool.
Never.
And that's just what this is about. It's very high school.
So that would mean that nothing Obama did, because you didn't say no, that only you have immunity. You said presidents. So this means
These people can be real. Look at the kind of comparison they're putting out. Oh, Obama has swag. Oh, you can't beat this. Sometimes it is important not to even watch these people. I just do this so you can see how clueless they are. And I pray the show should be cancelled. I don't want to prolong the video. Thank you guys for always been sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. You can share the video. If you see short videos after this, that is for the white algorithm. You can end here. God bless.
One dad, no matter how good the dad is,
he can't be
like,
everything.
he can't be everything. And that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yes, I will.
They are specific.
Driver's license.
Yeah, you got. What a voice! I cried, but
Any barriers, don't minds, limitations.
So many rules.
My choices are mine. Making this easy. People line up for my advice. And you're walking away like I'm stupid. It's like, I've written books. I've given speeches. Line up.
It is to live in the White House.
Post this morning alleging that since I said I
will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial. 100
has been overwhelming. The lies and
Not going to end.
He says, but what if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one and two.
Registration Act is
talking about
term, and you will be very.
Once again, the field was littered with Wintour does.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black.
how bad is his reputation going to be?
It's bad.
I need to connect the dots.
Going to carry a level of weight.
Position. We also